Hey, couples. Welcome to another episode of Keeping Your Marriage Hot and Holy. This is your love coach, Chara Taylor. And first, I want to thank you all for your support and for listening and for following and for all of your feedback about the episodes that you've heard thus far. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So today I want to talk about scheduled sex versus spontaneous sex. Yep, that's right. Scheduled sex. So normally when I mention scheduled sex, people look at me like I'm crazy. But the truth is, there are some powerful benefits to scheduling sex. Well, you know what? Let me take a pause and say this first. Yes, spontaneous sex is hot, it's exciting, it's fun. And honestly, it was very fun when we were unmarried and probably fornicating. We looked forward to going on dates with an anticipation of some spontaneous something happening. But honestly, as a married couple who is living life on day to day that consists of work, kids, bills, arguments, disagreements, traffic, and other things that happen in life, spontaneous sex can be a bit of a headache sometimes. It will end up being lazy and boring. And the truth is, if you can even find time to have spontaneous sex as a married couple that's got children and things still in the house, then you are probably doing good. But honestly, are you really thinking, you know what, I just want to get this over with. Let me just get this one off. Is it really hot, fun, and exciting for you, spontaneous sex? If you really think about it, if you're going to bed and that is as spontaneous as it can get for you, it's probably just going to be boring, and routine. So that's not as exciting or powerful. And with the way life goes, sometimes we just want to wait till we get in the mood. But if we wait for getting in the mood with the way our lives go, then we will probably never have sex. Because if we're honest, a lot of people, especially women, are just not often in the mood. And depending on what a man has going on and the levels of stress that's happening in his life, sometimes he can force himself to get in the mood, but it may not be natural. Okay, this is why scheduled sex can be powerful. So yes, I absolutely recommend that you and your spouse, that the couple sit down and pull out your calendars and actually schedule some sex dates. Yep, schedule some sex dates. I'm telling you, it will do your marriage very good. I mean, let me give you some benefits, okay? Or let me tell you why I say that scheduling sex is great. First of all, you're no longer children, meaning that your life is already filled with a lot of different things happening. And so instead of making sex another duty and another obligation, put it on the calendar. Because if you don't put it on the calendar, then you're going to be frustrated when you absolutely have to do it. For the woman, you know what's coming and he wants it. Put it on your calendar, because then you can prepare yourself in advance. This is what's coming up. Okay? The truth is, we get excited about things that we are going to plan for. If there's a vacation coming up, if we're getting ready to take off work, if we're getting ready to get our hair done, our nails done, these things are on the calendar. We get prepared. A lot of these things we get excited for. If there's an important meeting, we get prepared. That way, if you've got sex on the calendar and on your schedule, you can prepare your mind. You can prepare your body. You can prepare the household. You can get the kids together. You can prepare for it. Okay? Truthfully, if something is popping up on your calendar, you typically do it unless you need to cancel it for an emergency or something. If sex is scheduled on your calendar, you will be less likely to put it off. then you can make sure that absolutely nothing else fills that time. You can tell people, I'm not available at that time. That's not a good time for me. That's not a good time for us. You don't have to tell them what you have going on, but you know that time is filled because that's the time that works best for you and your spouse. And scheduled sex doesn't have to be lazy sex. Okay, I know I hope you get tired of lazy sex. If you schedule it, then you go in with a mindset. You got time to figure out what you want to wear to look sexy, feel sexy, smell good. What games do you want to play? What elements do you want to bring in? What toys do you want to use this time? What do you want this time to consist of? Because it's scheduled. You're planning for it, which will make it more powerful because then when you go in, your mindset is with you. And that is going to help. What's going to help make it powerful. It can actually set the tone for your day or the next day, especially if you get an opportunity to schedule it, say like on a lunch break. If you guys have an opportunity to get together for lunch and then your lunch break comes into this is our sex time. I mean, you can go back to work happy, smiling. Nobody know why you are extra jittery and extra cheerful or anything like that. Get you a little something to eat on the way there or from. But that can be a powerful time. It can set the tone for the rest of the day where people are doing things and stuff is just rolling off you. You can't bother me. My husband, my wife they just really, we need an encore. Okay. So it can be amazing and set the tone for the day. And also for women, it works very well for women who have a normal monthly cycle. This way the husband will know in advance when and if he's getting some because he can anticipate for these amount of days, this is going to be happening because this is the time that her body is unavailable. And then that way, okay, well, we have already connected several times before then, and then we can connect several times after that. And if you're scheduling sex dates, do you know you can schedule as many as you want? You can actually schedule as many as you want. It puts you in a different mindset. Okay, I know not to go to bed early this night because I have a date. I know not to schedule this. I have a date. Oh, I know to cut this short because we have a date. It will work really well for those who go to bed early because I am an early person who goes to sleep. But if something is scheduled and I know I have to be there, then I make sure that my mind is you cannot go to bed. Get yourself together. And I will say to my husband, I know I gotta make sure I stay my tail up tonight because other than that, I'm going to fall asleep. All right. So as we're wrapping this up, listen, if you're going to make this work, scheduled sex, you guys have to work together to make it happen. That means both of you, husband and wife, have to help with cleaning the house, making sure the chores are done, making sure the children are in the bed. It can't be all on one person or that person is going to be too exhausted when it's time to get to the date. So make sure that the date is prepared for by both people working together. Okay. Don't change the date. Even if you have an argument, you can make that a date of makeup sex because sometimes makeup sex is the best sex there is. Okay. And I've read a quote that says some people start arguments just so that they can have makeup sex. So makeup sex can be a good thing. All right. Why don't you plan something fun or sexy leading up to the date? Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's put on this, or let's do this time together. Let's do this activity together before we actually get together. That way you're building the tension and you're building the anticipation of your scheduled date together. Scheduling is powerful. And I hope that was pretty helpful for you because the truth is that sex is a part of the glue that holds you and your spouse together. So that means that sex deserves some dedication, some respect, some effort, and some commitment put on it. Otherwise, you're going to become frustrated. It's going to become mundane. It's going to become boring, and you're going to not want to meet up together as often. So yes, have your spontaneous sex, but have sex more often by scheduling it. And know you can schedule it as often as you like. as often as your schedules permit. All right, couples, that's all I wanted to talk about today was scheduled sex versus spontaneous sex. And I hope that you will schedule some time together with your husband or your wife to have sex more regularly. This has been your hot and holy love coach, Chara, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day and make sure that you keep it hot and holy until the next time. Talk to you later.